Welcome back to the channel. We're in the Detroit Lions playbook looking at I form Y off close. We're going to be going with a little bit of a run heavy scheme. Figure it's early in the year, maybe aren't the most comfortable with throwing the football. So we're going to come out with a run heavy scheme. Obviously it's not going to be all runs. We're going to have some pass plays in there too. But run heavy scheme, the idea, obviously we're in we're not necessarily, I mean, you have a fullback on the field, you're kind of, in a heavier formation, but you still have two wide receivers. We're going to use the running back. We're going to use the tight end in the pass game. So let's just start with the run game, though. I came out in the dive. You can also come out in another pass play if you like to. But we have the stretch, the dive, and the zone weak. So this allows us to, if you watch these videos over the years here, you know we like to have a run right, a run left, right? We want to be able to get to the spots in the run. Like if they give us a weak box to the right, we want to be able to get there. If they give us a weak box up the middle, we want to be able to run there. So, and in this case, we have a dive as well as the run right, run left. So, I mean, you have the run up the middle. If you see a little bit of a really light box, maybe they only have like one linebacker, or I mean online they have one DB sitting in the middle of the field. Like here, I mean maybe you want to throw the ball, but we're talking about the run game. I mean you just kind of run where they ain't, right? Run where they have less bodies. It's pretty simple, right? I mean you have the run left here. Obviously you have two. They bring the linebacker up. You have a guard and tackle out there. They have like an edge player and a guy kind of in like the B gap there. So I mean, we'll take that all day, and I mean they're not exactly what I expected, but you get the idea. We had numbers there. That's where we want to run, and I mean that's really all the run game is, right? I mean especially whenever you have the green box tool. I mean that helps as well. That's where you want to run the ball. That's where you have the numbers advantage. So I mean the run game is. I mean I know I'm talking about the run game a lot here, but it's a very crucial part of this scheme. Obviously, right there. I mean nobody was in that hole. That's where we're going to run the ball. So, of course, it's different online with the user and stuff like that. But this also is going to help with the user. I mean, it's going to keep it unpredictable, right? You're not just going to be, the user isn't just going to be able to key in, he hands the ball off this way, he hands the ball off that way. He only does these few things, right? We're going to be able to do multiple things in the run game. And we have the tight end, we have the fullback on the field. So we might as well use them at something that they're good at, which is blocking. Hopefully that they're good at blocking. So that is the run sort of portion of this. I mean there's really not too much else to hash it out on, right? And this also I do want to touch on, you don't have to flip obviously in practice mode. Madden, it can't get the game right, but when you're in an online game, as you see, I'm going to flip the stick. We'll have to go out of that, but I flip the play to the right, I use the stick. Your quarterback would usually like tap their butt. You don't get that animation in practice mode, right? I just flipped it to the left, but you would get it in a game. So you can still do that and be able to get to the stretch to the left, but you don't necessarily have to do that because you can run right and run left. That is the idea of this scheme. But of course, I mean, if you see a wide open, like right over here, I mean, there was a lot of space, a lot of green grass. I mean, it doesn't hurt to throw in I mean, and especially if you're mixing in like fake butt pats, right? I mean, you're going to be able to really throw off your opponent if they don't know if you're running right, running left, up the middle, whatever it may be. Here, like the whole middle vacates, so that's probably where you're gonna want to run it up the middle, pick up 6-7 yards there. So run game, I know it's fairly simple, but there's some nuance to it in where you want to run, how you want to run, and what you're trying to do, especially in a scheme like this where you have the heavier players on the field. So taking the time out from the video here, I just want to thank you guys for clicking on the video and watching here. If you're liking what you're seeing, go ahead and click the subscribe button. I just want to remind you to do that here. Trying to get over that 1,000 subscriber mark. That's a big milestone, so we're looking to get there here. Hopefully by the end of the year as the new season starts here. And yeah, just appreciate you guys checking out the videos, clicking the like, clicking the subscribe, commenting, all that good stuff. And yeah, I'll keep it short and sweet and send it back to the video. Let's get into the pass plays though. PA Pylon Sale. If you watched the Madden stream, the kickoff stream the other night, before the server issues, this was actually one of the plays, one of the new plays that they highlighted here was the PA Pylon Sale. You have a corner out with sort of a shorter corner out underneath of it with a really far, really long dig over the middle of the field there with Amon-Ra St. Brown. So what I like to do is cancel my play action with my running back. I just don't like the play action, at least not right now. And I really just run it like this. I mean, you're trying to set up one of these, I mean, A or B over there, right? That's what you're trying to set up. You're basically running sail is what you're really doing, with just a really deep corner route. But overall, that's kind of the same idea. You're really getting these routes deep. You have a short route. I mean, here, I mean, you click on and make a play out of bounds. Okay. I like that. I like to give you the feedback. But I mean, that's really what you're trying to do. You're trying to set up B deep, A coming up underneath, and hopefully one of those guys puts either a safety or a corner in conflict, and they kind of have to pick and choose. Do they want to take the deep guy? Do they want to take the short guy? In theory, they would take the deep guy, but not every time, right? This is a video game, so not every time they're going to do that. And of course, if you run into trouble, you do have that dig route coming across the middle. You can kind of hit it quick like that out of the break, or say you get it blocked up here. You can kind of let him like leak over the field a little bit and kind of like bail you out if you're rolling to your right there. So overall, I really like this play. I think it's going to be a really nice play online. Of course, you can kind of switch it up. Maybe you don't want to block your running back every time. Maybe you throw him on an out to the left or something like that. Just throw your opponent off a little bit and, keep him off balance. Of course, you're not going to run the same thing every time. But I really do like this PA pylon play, especially with the run game here. And of course, maybe in a scheme like this, maybe you do leave the play action on sometimes because you are running the ball so much, or you're running the ball effectively. Maybe you're not running it a lot, but you're running it effectively. So maybe you do leave the play action on PA pylon sale. And of course, we have another play action play. So, that is PA pylon sale. That's pretty much how I like to run that. And PAX deep out is our final play of this scheme here. We'll just kind of show it to you. You have the running backs going out to the flats here and doing it that way. And what I like to do is I like to block up my running back here. And then I like to just throw the tight end on a drag or even an in, something like that. And I'll throw him on a drag here, just a little bit quicker hitting route. And really what you like to do here, the way I run the progression, the way I read the field here, if I could speak, that'd be good. We're going to look at Amon Ra over there on the left side of the field running the free out route. And then you're going to have Jones coming across the middle of the field. Then you have your tight end on a little bit of a shallow route to sort of bail you out, along with the fullback in the flat off to the right. So St. Brown is really going to be, I call it a free route because obviously now it's not a good look. It looks like maybe I'm not sure exactly what corner that is over there, but they have far outside leverage. So obviously we're running right where the corner is. That's not what we want to do. So that route's probably not going to be open. But maybe you get a look where the receiver is, or the corner is like head up on the receiver, or maybe even has a little bit of inside leverage on the receiver. Can be a little bit of a dangerous route. If they're in zones, that the drag route is going to pull. If there's like a flat defender over there, it could possibly pull that defender down, opening up over top of that with St. Brown there on the out route. And then you have just the in route here, which we're gonna maybe try to hit here. Oh man, I don't know what the heck that was. That was terrible. Locked it up with some good coverage there. But PA deep in, let's set that up again. Here you can kind of see the receiver sort of like, or the cornerback sort of chucked on the inside there. We'll kind of show you what I mean there. If I can get to the replay maybe. So like the cornerback here, I mean, obviously he has far outside leverage here on St. Brown. But you can kind of see he takes a few steps to the inside, still has outside leverage though, and does actually a terrible job there, staying inside of him. Probably could have thrown that ball, clicked on, came back to the ball. But I just saw this lurking guy here. I think maybe that's Stokes. Can't really tell. But just saw that guy lurking below, and it's not Stokes. I don't know who that is exactly. But he was coming below, and then, of course, this kind of frees up. You can kind of think of like, I guess this would maybe be like the user player here. So doesn't really do too much. Maybe he does take away the drag route there. Kind of forces him to pick a little bit of like a drive concept almost with the drag and the in route, the dig route, in route, whatever you would like to call it, coming across the middle of the field. So overall, kind of a nice setup. Of course, with the pass game, we're trying to keep them off balance a little bit too. You're running PA pylon sail, of course, to the pylon, to the outside, to the sidelines. PA X deep, you're kind of working the middle of the field a little bit more, except with St. Brown. But he's kind of doing the opposite of what he's doing on the other play. So gives you a little bit of variance in your offense, keeps your opponent off balance. Here we're trying to just run it one more time, and we'll run the tight end on a little bit of an in route here. Something like that. I was trying to throw it to X, but I fat fingered and hit like every button on my controller right there. So we'll try to set that up one more time. We'll throw them on an in route, set it up exactly like this. And here, they're just going to give me B across the middle of the field. There you can see the linebackers kind of stayed up with that in route and sort of stuck with that, as opposed to going deep with that corner, or with that in route across the middle of the field. So pretty simple scheme though. Overall, heavy run scheme. Here we're going to try to force that, click on, and that's what I've been trying to do is do that. But of course, I'm not good at the game apparently. So Of course, now they're going to blitz us, so this is a good time to end the video and just call it right there. That is out of the Detroit Lions playbook. I-form, let's see, what was that called? I-form Y off close is the formation out of Detroit's playbook. You get a brand new play, heavy run scheme, you get a fullback, you get a tight end on the field. Yeah, really good beginner scheme if you're just getting into the game. Maybe you're just getting back into the game. It's a new season, of course, new Madden in general. So good scheme to start the year out off with. So if you enjoyed, go ahead and like the video, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff. You know what to do. You've probably been on YouTube before, I would think. So you probably know how that works. So hope to catch you guys in the next one here. And yeah, later.